And so to bring everybody else up to speed, they had significant engineering problems with this little thing. And they had lots of problems with helium leaks and thrusters not working, and just it was a shit show going the whole way down. So anyway, got 2 astronauts up there that have been up there for now, 4 months? It's supposed to be a 10-day trip. And now they were trying to do troubleshooting on it being docked to the International Space Station. Hopefully they can get their stuff figured out and then send these guys back home. Well, it hasn't happened yet, and I predicted that SpaceX was going to have to rescue them.
I remember that.
And I knew Boeing would be completely opposed to this because this will be a huge black eye on whether or not they're good enough and quality enough to do space exploration.
Okay.
So anyway, I think they have determined now that Starliner is not going to happen. Okay, so now they're figuring out how they're going to get these guys home. There is a Dragon capsule that's already docked at the space station, so they could use SpaceX ones. They don't have to launch a new one. They'll have to launch a replacement one to bring the other 2 guys in the future back, but there's one in waiting if they were to need it. But, and I don't know if this is true. I'm just reading it, so,
okay.
Whatever. But apparently the capsule that's there is kind of stuck there. They have they almost have to have a person in it to be able to undock from the space station.
Okay.
And so they don't want to put a person in it because it's unsafe to make the re-entry. So they're going to have to trick the system into undocking from the space station and kind of just float away, hopefully making its insertion back in our atmosphere. If it is oriented with the heat shields down, then it will pass through the atmosphere and land somewhere.
Okay.
And without thrusters pointing it and guiding it to where it's going to crash back into the Earth is going to be a difficult thing. Point it to the ocean. It doesn't have anything to guide it.
It'll be unmanned?
It'll be unmanned, right? So if they can get it to undock, then it's going to float back and re-enter Earth's atmosphere.
The gravity will take it.
Yeah.
Okay.
If it does not go down first where the heat shields are, then it will burn up in the atmosphere and it'll just be a shooting star across the deal. But that's a dangerous proposition regardless, to have a piece of space junk that you're just going to kind of cut loose and hope that it ends well.
Why would they cut it loose again?
Well, it's disabled. You can't do anything. So we have on the...
Oh, we can't bring anything else there because that's...
We have 2 docks, right? On that part of it. There's 10 docks or 12 docks around the space station. But are the 2 docks that we use on that module... one's being occupied with disabled, and then SpaceX has one. So no more landing can come in there until those dislodge.
Okay, so we have to get rid of one.
We do. We have to.
Do you think they'll let SpaceX then save the day?
Yeah, I do. I think.
You're talking about human life. You have to put down your pride.
Here's another option. Like the other countries have their capsules there. So if they want to just not have SpaceX, they could be like, "Hey, China, could we come down on yours?" And maybe it's less of a black eye.
Yeah. Why haven't we asked? Other countries because it's pride.
It's pride.
It's pride.
It's pride, and they have to replace. They have to replace those ones. So now that country has to launch a specific mission to replace the one that they just used from the emergency rescue.
Oh my goodness! Are we communicating with the 2 astronauts?
Oh yeah, they're fine.
They're fine.
I don't know what they're doing up there because 10-day mission's long expired. So they're probably up there procreating and having space babies. I'm sure.
That's unbelievable. All right. Well, I hope. Is it NASA?
Oh, it's Boeing.
Boeing.
Yes, it's Boeing.
Puts aside their pride and just gets them
down safe.
Folks safe.